address. Big round of applause.
Good morning to all the distinguished guests on the dais. I think this is a very important topic that we are discussing today. It's being discussed all over India. It's the first time that we're actually coming to the eastern part of the country, at least for me, to have a discussion on the topic of GCCs. Now, I don't know how much of you are familiar, how many of you are familiar with the term GCC, but it's been around now for almost, I would say, 35 years in the country. I think it's gaining prominence. It's gained prominence in the last 3 years or so. It sort of started off with the concept of captive centers, so essentially wholly owned centers that were set up by large companies around the world. That name then transitioned into global in-house centers, and now we have what is called global capability centers or GCCs. I think some of them are also present in this part of the world. But India has about 1900 odd such centers in the country. That number keeps on rising every day. In the last probably 18 to 24 months, we've added almost 350 to 400 such centers all around the country. And they do a variety of things. I think the primary purpose of these centers is to provide expertise of various kinds back to the enterprise that owns them. So if you take an example of, let's say, the Bosch Group or Siemens or Boeing, they have these centers to provide a variety of services, including very high-end R&D engineering capabilities, which ultimately impacts the company as a whole in various ways. But the fact still remains that India continues to be the undisputed leader as far as GCCs are concerned in the world. I think almost 75 to 80% of the GCCs are housed in India. There are certain countries in the western part of Europe and Latin America which have some, but India has clearly dominated this landscape for a variety of reasons. Two of them being, one, I think this discussion started off with cost as the primary driver. So cost efficiencies were the primary driver as to why companies set up these centers. And the second part, which has come up more recently, is the concept of scale and the kind of people and the employable talent that India provides, especially around the areas of engineering, and not only engineering, but also areas around finance, etc., which form an integral part of this ecosystem. But the ecosystem is indeed very, very strong. But it is now also at sort of as a pivotal point, because the discussion that started off with cost then moved to value, and now it's truly looking at merging a little bit with what you're seeing in tech in general, because tech is also rapidly changing. And I think we're going to discuss a little bit more about that in the later part of the sessions, but the specific part of tech, which is AI, which is going to have a significant impact to these centers. So as EY, and you will see that in the report, I think the way we look at these centers is that we believe that the next 4 to 5 years, these centers will become more intelligent than they are today, which basically means human-led but AI-advised. We believe that there is a strong integration that's going to happen between artificial intelligence and human capital. The centers in general today have been very human-intensive. That's going to change. And as that changes, I think you're going to see a lot of changes coming in terms of how these centers are governed. The second thing that's becoming very important is the emergence of other cities. Now, it's a fact that Bangalore and Hyderabad lead this center landscape by miles, right? If I combine both of them, they have almost 65% of all of these centers located in these two cities. But what has happened more recently is the emergence of tier 2 cities. There's been a lot of state push across India to have policies, infrastructure to attract more companies to their state. You would have seen the likes of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and even Maharashtra bring out their GCC policies in recent times. So I think tier 2 is a big part of this play, and I'm hoping that in the next 4 to 5 years you will see other cities start to emerge as GCC hubs. Which then brings me to the important point of Calcutta or Kolkata in general. I think for and then we cover some of that in the report as well. I think for Kolkata to sort of emerge as a GCC hub, I think maybe 3 to 4 things are a little bit non-negotiable. I think the first problem that Kolkata faces is a little bit of an identity makeover that's required in this space. When you talk to any company today, I think they don't think beyond Hyderabad, Bangalore, or a Pune, or sometimes Chennai, right? Kolkata doesn't feature, it's probably 8th or 9th on the list, and sometimes it doesn't even make it to the list. So I think an identity makeover is very, very important there. The second part is also very non-negotiable, which is a frictionless GCC setup experience. I think between Telangana and Karnataka, they've done it very well, which is basically chaperoning companies in, hand-holding them, providing them with all of the guidance, especially around regulatory norms as they set up these centers. A very similar exercise needs to happen in this part of the world because that's what companies want today. I think they are looking at much more of a plug-and-play model than a model where they have to do a lot of the grunt work, because there are significant regulations in play in this sector, a lot of taxation norms, etc., that need to be abided to as people set up centers. So I think that's the second part. The third part is already there, which is a very, very strong academic situation in the state. I think we've got some world-renowned universities here. How do you work with them jointly to develop what we would consider an employable talent is an important part of this exercise. And the last one is to really talk about stories which can be replicated. I think if you look around in Kolkata, you have HSBC, you have British Telecom, you have some other companies as well that have set up centers. So it's not that there are no centers in this part of the world. The question, however, is that how many of those stories are being told on a repeated basis for it to start gaining prominence. I don't think that's being done enough. So there's a lot that needs to be done, which then sort of links back to my first point around identity. But having said that, I think the 3 main things that I want to sort of leave you with, one is that we are at an inflection point. We are now at a juncture where these centers are going to, and the new centers that are coming up are going to figure out new ways of operating. We need new cities to ramp up and take leadership. And I hope that Kolkata is one of them. And then finally, it's an absolute necessity, especially for India, to continue to have dominance in this area. Because remember, infrastructure and low cost can be replicated by any other country in the world that's also in an emerging state. So to maintain that differentiation, there are certain things that we need to do, which hopefully will be done in the next 3 to 4 years. So I leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you.
Invitation and commend your continued commitment to advancing India's digital and innovation ecosystem. Today's focus, New Gen GCC's data protection and building sustainable digital foundations, align closely with both the UK's industrial strategy, which emphasizes innovation, future skills, AI, and global partnerships, and with the India-UK 2035 vision, where digital cooperation is a central pillar of our shared vision. As India's GCC landscape evolves, we are witnessing a remarkable shift. From service centers to end-to-end innovation hubs, GCCs are now leading work in AI, cybersecurity, cloud, fintech, and advanced data analytics. The UK recognizes this capability and continues to be a strong partner, whether through technology investments, joint R&D, or talent mobility. The UK-India trading relationship, strengthened further by deeper cooperation on services and digital trade, offers tremendous opportunity for this sector. We also note the government of West Bengal's upcoming GCC policy, designed to position the state as a next-generation technology hub, supported by infrastructure, incentives, data center capacity, and a maturing talent ecosystem. As we've heard today, Kolkata has all the ingredients to emerge as a strategic GCC destination, as also reflected in the agenda of today's sessions. As we look at the conversations planned for today, run from the future of GCCs and data protection of AI-driven security and Bengal's role in the next wave of global capabilities, it is evident that the region is on the cusp of a major transformation. These discussions are not just timely, but essential, as organizations worldwide seek partners who can provide resilient, innovative, worldwide and secure digital services. Platforms like the TechMeet strengthen this ecosystem by bringing together policymakers, industry champions, and technology leaders to co-create the roadmap for the future. So here's the important bit. The UK stands ready to partner in 3 key areas. Number 1, innovation and emerging tech. We are expanding collaborations in AI governance, digital public infrastructure, and responsible tech, ensuring innovation remains secure, ethical, and globally competitive. Number 2, skills and future workforce. As both our nations invest in next-gen digital skills, from cybersecurity to data science, we see enormous scope for joint skilling initiatives and UK higher education partnerships, supporting the region's ambitions. And number 3, data protection and secure digital futures. With India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act creating new frameworks for trust and accountability, the UK's strong credentials in data governance, this is a natural area for deeper cooperation. Tech-driven threats are global, and tackling them requires a shared ecosystem, as highlighted in today's deliberations. As we stand at a defining moment for the global digital economy, the United Kingdom sees India not just as a partner of today, but a technology partner of the future. Together, we can shape secure digital pathways, enable innovations that serve global markets, and build resilient, sustainable technology ecosystems. Finally, I wish the event a great success and really look forward to continued collaboration with you all. Thank you very much. Thanks.